Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. For those who normally watch my streams and now the tips and tricks video, its long awaited and hopefully anticipated start of the tutorial series is now. For those who have just found my channel, I welcome you. And for those people who are looking for a decent tutorial on how to play the game, this might actually be of use for you. My aim for this series is to answer every question, every gameplay aspect, every situation, give you all the facts you need to survive and thrive on the planet of Eclipsis. I get that's a lot to cover, but that means I've also got to cover it right the way back from the basics. That way everyone is on the same level, and then we can all move forward together. Disclaimer is that this video isn't going to contain anything meaty, and that's because I've got to lay down the foundations first, as just stated. So even if you think you know everything about the map and lobby, which is the topic of today, stick around as there might be a fact hiding around the corner that you weren't expecting. So upon joining the game, you'll start in the lobby. The lobby contains 6 shuttles. Once in a shuttle, the player can choose to close the pod door so that wanted players can't join, and a recommended team size is 1 to 3 players. Any greater and you'll start having people slack off and or troll your team, and that isn't useful, is it? So 1 to 3 players is a good size, unless if you know them. If you're playing with random, 1 to 3. If you're playing with more, there's not really a limit. In the lobby though, in between the purple shuttle and the red shuttle, lies the solo queue, tutorial, and practice portals. Solo queue, everyone who's on the pad when the countdown ends are placed in their own team, hence solo. One example would be 5 people being teleported, and then they 1v1, v1, v1, v1. Practice mode has a reduced map size so that people can practice their start and learn the layout of the game better. The tutorial simply sends you back to the tutorial. But upon 2 pods closing, the 1 minute and 30 seconds countdown will begin, and then you'll be sent down to the planet. Once the pods launch from the mothership, you'll be brought down to Eclipsis, and this is where the fighting takes place. On screen now is the map. The map consists of these spawn islands, and the center mass is the mainland. Spawn islands are where every team spawns, ordering in a color wheel, so red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, where further down the list, the player list on the top right corner of your screen, further down it travels to the left. So orange is always one island to the left of red, and when in the game you'll see that red team on the player list are always above orange. So from red to orange, down the list is to the left, but to the right is up the list. So orange is also always above yellow, and orange is always to the right of yellow. The large area outside the 6 spawn or starter islands is called the mainland. This is where the majority of the gameplay takes place. It's broken up into many islands which have a large amount of well pipes and crystals. This makes basing on it very effective and highly recommended. The Spires are the yellow towers in quotation marks. They have significantly less health than the ground terrain blocks. The terrain is held up by stems. Stems are the sticks that hold up the islands. They come in 2 shapes, X and square. Square is 3x3. They can consist of pumps, ladders, and other filling blocks like gaps and solid blocks, which can be cut to collapse islands into the ocean. Well pipes are used to pump iridium from the ocean below using well pumps. 1 well pipe will always spawn on each spawn island, while there is a relative abundance on mainland of well pipes. So 4 or 5 per stem you can get, and that means 4 or 5 times the production. The golden blocks, indicated here, are called control blocks. They're also often referred to as beacon blocks or as golden blocks. They spawn in the same hexagon shape as the islands, with an extra one in the center. This is the same no matter the generation. Control blocks will always spawn in the same layout. All spawn islands have 1 inland from the island, and from underneath they look like a regular well pipe, but with an indestructible golden block on top. So I hope you've learnt something. If you haven't, good on you, you already knew this stuff. Personally, I didn't know that they were called control blocks, or at least I didn't think consciously of them like that. I knew that they were for controlling the map, but hey, I learnt something making this, You guys might have learnt something from this. As time goes on, as these climb up, I'm going to be making more and more advanced content, so watching from here is as good as it gets. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.